defense and finds Una under the ilalim. Sandano
Nice
attack.
pass.
Rama with a 3 by Marvin Taiwan. Yes!
Babalik tayo sa Binyan, the City of Life at the Alonte Sports Arena, where we bring you the second of our Friday triple-header game here in the MPBL. Tuloy-tuloy ang ating aksyon dito sa Laguna. It's gonna be Sarangani versus Pasig City. Ivan Ludovice, coming off an injury, is now back and ready, going up against Jerome Garcia. After that red-hot shooting, they want to continue and get their 4th straight game here in Binyan. It's going to be Sarangani versus Pasig City here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan. Juanito Gregorio at your service alongside Coach Christian Luanzon. Coach, we talked about this pre-game off-air. What are a few of the things that you think that Sarangani needs to do for them to be able to surprise a win against Pasig?
Well, two things. Their defense, because I think itong Pasig, they do such a good job of attacking in transition and attacking the paint. Second is defending without fouling. The last 2 games, Pasig has gotten to the line a total of 77 times. So that's almost 40 attempts. So it's going to be crucial for Sarangani not only to contain their own man or the whole team, itong Pasig, but also to defend without fouling. Get him off the free throw line.
Well, looking to surprise is Sarangani over Pasig. Later on, we'll also have Mika Bisamis on the sidelines. We want to say hi to all of our viewers on YouTube, Facebook, Tap Sports, and also on Solar Sports. Coach, let's talk about Sarangani first in that last game. It wasn't the easiest feat para dito sa Sarangani. A tough matchup for this team, and just you see the numbers right here. A struggle for Sarangani.
There's nothing more to say. You look at the numbers, just complete domination, by the defending champs. Shooting the ball close to 50% compared to only 40, and then rebounding was total domination. Points in the paint plus 30. Second chance points because of the offensive rebounds they allowed. 25 nagresulta into 33. It was just one of those nightmares wherein gusto mo nang gumising at ito na yung pagkakataon para magkaroon ka ng magandang panaginip ngayong laro.
Ito ang pagkakataon naman ng Sarangani for them to actually go back in their winning ways. Let's talk about Pasig on the other end. 3 straight wins. They've been surprising the league. Itong Pasig City, a few names that have gotten experience. Keith Pido, Jacob Galicia, J.R. Flores, and once again, they surprised Imos in that last game.
This team is slowly becoming my favorite among the Quezon City Rising team and also Cebu, because you look at the numbers right here. This was actually a game wherein it was actually close nung first quarter. Lamang sila ng 6, and then up by 8 at the half. But Galicia set the tone. 10 of his 21 in the first quarter. But it was Pido and itong si Jay Gars, nabanggit mo yung hot shooting, had 17 of the 28 points in the third quarter, kung saan umalagwa sila and was able to create that 19-point lead, and then the fourth, they never looked back. But as a team, they're just doing a good job of translating their defense into offense on the other end.
Well, they're looking to get their 4th straight win. Another guy making a name for himself is Coach Ryan De Ramos for Pasig City. So let's not wait further. Let's turn you over to Richard Campos for our ball game.
It's Sarangani versus Pasig City live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports YouTube channel, and on Facebook in Season 8 of MANNY PACQUIAO'S MPBL. Here are the starters. Let's begin with this Sarangani 10-act. At forward number 9, Leyland Estacio. Guard number 12, Mix Pascual. Also at guard number 18, Alex Desoyo. Center number 22, Chadi Rangel. And at forward number 52, Lars Sunga. They are led by Master JK John Calios. Assistant coaches Gilbert Cole, Joshua Inocentes, Jock Labrador, and Jeff Cleopas. Team Manager, Architect Andrew Bellarmino. Team Executives Charles Tan and JP Digno. Starters for Pasig City. At forward number 29, Jacob Galicia. Also at forward number 17, Japs, the Samurai Bautista. Point guard number 11, Keith Pido. Playing center number 4, John Gabriel. Two guard number 2, from Bay Laguna, Mark Maloles. The head coach is Ryan De Ramos, assisted by Richard Rosales. Team owner is Mr. Buddy Encarnado. Rare Brisbane Small Gamer Crew Chief Maynard Centeno with Helen Rick D'Amico and Karina Martin.
Starting 5 brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Usual starters para Sarangani, Disoyo, Pascual, Rangel, Sunga, and Eustacio. For Pasig, a few changes. Keith Pido and Mark Maloles will start the ball game. Gabriel, Galicia, and Japs Bautista as well. So a lot of veterans on the side of Pasig. A few technical things will be fixed. We'll be back after this.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Mahaklikang Pilipinas Basketball.
Sorry for the late start. A few technical things had to be fixed sa scoreboard natin. But now we're ready to begin here. It's gonna be Sarangani versus Pasig City.
Gusto ko yung entra ni Kuya Richard Tampos, ha? Parang boxing event.
Oo.
Talagang ano eh.
We're ready!
We're ready to begin. Kaya MANNY PACQUIAO'S ano tayo eh, MPBL. Roy Sunga, Unang tira, foul.
Talagang naramdaman. Para kasing medyo lumamig sila, coach. So, pag-start ni Richard, parang gising
Yun.
lahat. Gising ulit lahat eh.
Respetado mga barker natin, lalo si Kuya
Oo
Richard.
naman. Those two.
Pero
Siyempre si Miguel Perey at
ang kanyang
Richard Tampos.
ang kanyang claim to fame ay walang iba kundi
Tama.
Ayan.
Siyempre, yan si Richard
Kunyari, hindi
Tampos.
niya alam.
The well-respected Richard Tampos.
yun.
Akala nyo ganyan lang, simple lang, nakangiti lagi. At
Birthday niya kahapon.
birthday ni Richard Tampos kahapon.
Yan na lang ba, kuya? Ganun na lang ba?
Hindi na namin nararamdaman naman, Boss Richard.
Yun. Pero ito, naramdaman kagad natin.
Japs Bautista, quick to answer. First three of the ball game. 1 of 2. Si Lars Suma on the other end. It's gonna be an interesting game, Coach. Talent-wise, you can say it's a match. But system and culture right now is going on the side of Pasig.
I would say from a talent standpoint, lamang ng kaunti itong Pasig, no? But the thing with Sarangani, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, okay?
That's
they
right.
could come out with 3 quarters that they really look good. They look like a play-in, a boundary play-in / playoff team. But they would have 1 quarter wherein you would understand why they are where they are right now with their win-loss record. So if Sarangani, if they woke up on the good side of the bed, as you see that trail job by Rangel, who I thought was fouled, then they could make this a good battle and maybe come up with a win.
They seem to be moving a lot faster in today's ball game. 3-all is our score. Bautista back-to-back triples for Japs.
Hindi na dapat makatira yan kasi dalawang maaga yun in less than 2 minutes. Mukhang maganda ang gising nito ni Kuya Japs.
6 points already for Japs Bautista in the first minute and a half of the ball game. Alex pressured by Keith Pido. Dito kay Leland. Estacio and the former Tiger gets the lefty.
That was a nice move coming off the screen. Just forcing his way in with the lefty finish.
Miss on the other end by Pasig. Rebounded by Chadi. Takbo dito ang Sarangani. They look to go faster. Leland open. Long for Leland. Rebounded by Kit.
He was open but he had no rebounders underneath. Hindi na bumaba ng kanyang mga big na si Sunga at si Rangel. Libre sa ibabaw, Bautista. They got fortunate there.
First miss on Japs Bautista in today's ball game. Leland goes down on the post. John taps the basketball.
That was a poor pass. Hindi maganda yung angulo nun.
2 versus 3. Mark Maloles, too deep. Goes to Keith Pido. 1 step in, stops, pops. In and out for Keith Pido. Balik ang bola. Dito sa Sarangani. Pascual, he likes that 3 but it's long for Migs Pascual. Go back to this last play coming from Sunga to the cutting. Chadi Rangel. This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
The zone is a little inactive. Sorry about that, Juanito.
Giving a lot of 3-point opportunities. Coach, we talked about the zone earlier. Iloilo played the zone. That gave 25 3-pointers for San Juan. And Sarangani, this time, will be playing a zone one more time.
It's always a misconception. People think that the zone is easier than a matchup man-to-man. It's actually much harder because you keep on chasing and closing out people, especially if you have shooters from the outside, which was the case earlier, as the 3-point play coming up by Lars Sunga.
Last break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
So, kumbaga, kung 100%, let's say, kung inunumero natin ang effort mo sa tao-tao, dapat 150% ang effort mo sa zona. Because you keep closing out to people, yung communication nyo dapat on point. Hindi katulad ng tao-tao yan, especially pag on-ball ka. Ang trabaho mo lang, depensa yung tao mo. Off-ball, show some help, you're gonna drop, okay? Yung mga ganun things. Sa zona, hindi. Habol ka ng habol kadalasan.
That time around, walang nakahabol kay Jacob Gadisha on the inside. Beautiful drop pass coming from John Gabriel.
The irony of what you just said. wala makahabol kay Galicia. Hindi siya yung pinakamabilis na player sa MPBL. Pero that's how good he is, and he has had an outstanding start to the season, a big part kung bakit sila 4-1 ngayon.
Jacob Galicia actually celebrated his birthday last May 18. Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community, and he was our player of the game as well. So, ang ganda ng birthday naman. Last Monday, netong si Jacob Galicia.
You know what I like about him? Because I get to chat with him once in a while. Dito lang sa MPBL, maybe, in between the games. He has this quiet confidence in him because he's really a soft-spoken guy. Doesn't react that much when he plays well, when he makes a shot. He's not like that pumping his chest type of player. But when you talk to him, he has this quiet confidence in him and also with his team. Kaya ang ganda ng belief niya sa sarili niya at sa kanyang mga kasama. Wala akong duda kaya maganda nangyayari sa kanila ngayon at sa kanya.
4 points na si Jacob Galicia. Mitch Pascual taps it off the back. Pascual, 3 versus 2, drops it down. Lars Suma with a finish.
That was a nice bounce pass. He could have gotten all the way to the basket. He had a lane. That was a nifty pass, and he will get the assist though para sa kanyang big man na si Sunga.
Sa kabilang panig, it's a miss coming from Jacob Galicia. Numero ulit para dito sa Sarangani. Sunga with a fake. Drive. Lars with a right-hand finish on the left side.
That's just poor defense on the part of Galicia and John Gabriel, who had a chance to contain him. Galicia and a chance to help out na si John Gabriel. Dire-diretso sa basket. Si Lars Sunga. Ito yun, right here, attacking the closeout. Hindi na humabol, hindi na rin naka-help. Chadi Rangel, i-credit mo, inipit itong si Gabriel.
So, Gortat screen coming from Chadi Rangel. Balik ang kalamangan para dito sa Sarangani.
Since nabanggit mo na rin, explain mo sa mga viewers natin bakit Gortat screen ang tawag.
Alright, the Gortat screen is when you screen the help side defense or yung pangalawang defender, giving that space to that slasher that gives an open lane.
Named after?
Marcin Gortat.
Yes. You know your basketball coach.
Of course.
Very good.
The Polish Hammer.
Yeah.
The Polish Hammer, Marcin
Not
Gortat.
a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Okay, but he was a solid NBA player. He was so solid that players identify that screen as the Gortat screen. Hindi lang players, pati tayo internationally.
Broadcasters, coaches. And then, I've been to a coaching conference where they actually teach that Gortat screen kung saan yung options niya, when it's done, how it's done.
The timing. Especially against a drop zone, as you see the head of security, Kuya Rudy Distrito.
2 for 2 for Tamayo.
I'm sure he's very happy to be here in Binyan.
Lakap with the miss, Ivan. Balik dito kay Lakap on the second triple. Rare back-to-back misses for Brian Lakap.
Lubatak, nasa loob ng laro.
Coach, ito yung ni Coach Ryan De Ramos. There is no consistent starting fives. Sometimes Warlo starts, sometimes Keith Pido comes off the bench. Sometimes it's Tamayo, sometimes it's J.R. Flores, LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. So, he likes to keep the teams guessing as Jay Gars gets his first triple of the ball game.
Sa pangatlong three-pointer nila ngayong laro, and to your point, tama ka doon kasi mas mahirap i-scoutin yun wala kang permanent na first 5.
Marilao on the hard drives, good help. Feather for Danny Marilao.
Okay, we see you. Danny Marilao, something that hindi niya nagagawa maybe 4 seasons ago, no? Ayun, nakakakuha pa siya ng stop doon with the block and the steal.
Offense and defense for Danny Marilao. Pascual. Ivan says slow things down. 1-on-1, Ivan hesitates, gets the 3, and makes the 3. Is Ivan Ludovice getting the lead back for Sarangani.
Nidalim yata na itong si Ivan. Rainbow, ang taas ng tira na yun. Lagpas doon sa shot clock yung kanyang arko.
Well, better known as a slasher and a passer and a defender. If you talk about shooting, talk about wacky, but si Warlo Batak pinapakita rin that he has extended his game Coach, if we were talking 2 years back, you would sag down on Warlo Batak.
Right.
He's more of a dunker, pero ngayon, Coach, talagang, and I know you're a fan of Warlo Batak.
Yes,
He has
yes.
really blossomed into his game.
I still would actually, because he's shooting, I believe, about in the 30s still, about 32-33% from downtown. And it's no knock on him as Marilao with the second three-point play para sa Sarangani. The first one, I believe, was Lars Sunga. Look at this. That was a la Chad Alonso, if you remember him.
Yes, of
Mahilig
course.
siya sa mga ganun, no? Yung mga Statue of Liberty na
The Adams
layup.
Soaring Falcon and Chad Alonso. He did play in, I think his last team was Rizal.
He did.
If I'm not mistaken.
Siguro nakatatlong season din yan. Maybe 4. Nagpa-core pa yan eh. Nag-Valenzuela. And then nag-focus na sa kanyang negosyo. The last time I heard, yung kanyang successful na longganisa business.
Okay. Shout out, Sir Chad Alonso. Kita-kita na meron ka talagang imprint sa mga players ngayon. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Aaron Estacio. Long for Aaron. Ball. Will go to the side of Sarangani.
Before there was Papa Ray, there was really Papa Chad.
Okay. Ano yun, no? Yung one-hander. Ngayon si ano na eh. Pag sa mga modern day fans, pag-uusapan mo na si Iron Claw eh. Si Mike Cañete ng ang mas inaano na nila sa ganung laruan eh.
Iba yan ha. Yeah.
And back in the day, and I do remember very well, Chad Alonso. He did play for Pure Foods as well under my,
Coach RG.
my uncle,
Yeah,
Coach
Coach
RG.
RG.
I think it's for a year or two. And
Pascual
second-
misses, but they get the second chance right here. Ivan trying to make something happen. Turnover. Yes.
A little miscue coming from Ivan and Danny Marilao. He wanted a cut. Danny wanted a post up. Master JK calling on a play. 19-18. Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
Good attack on that zone, no? Because number 14, yung final doon, was si Tamayo, had a smaller defender on him. Pascual was forced to a foul. At dahil penalty na ang Sarangani, pupunta siya sa free throw line.
Ang free throw na ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. One of the homegrowns of Pasig City, Mark Lester Tamayo, averaging 3 points and 4 rebounds a ball game, but inside impact, not on the stat sheet, he would always play physical against his matchups. Stolen by Aaron Estacio, the former St. Clair guard. Gets a little bump and gets the finish is Aaron Estacio.
Konting pagpag lang, no? Dahil nasa hip niya itong si Ivan Ludovice. Always tough, no? To be in front of an offensive player every time the offensive player is in stride yung nakabuelo.
Especially when you have the muscle and the strength of Aaron Estacio.
Tama.
Played for St. Clair under Coach Gino Manansala and then played later on for Marikina. Here he is one more time. That's the shoulder bump. Gets the space and gets the finish. Is Aaron Estacio. Timeout is called. Here in the MPBL. Babalik tayo after this break.
Sumasaya kapag may laway nagkakabisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat laway pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang magmahal. Sumusuporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan.
Commissioner Emerson Areta and Sir Saldi Rialubit always in attendance. Of course, our fans in attendance as well. You know, Coach, when I look at the fits of Boss Emer and I look at the fits of Boss Sedel, kanino ka doon?
Ang hirap ng tanong na yan. First of all, I'm not the guy you should ask in terms of fashion. Okay.
Kasi laging, pagdating mo nila, ramdam mo agad eh. Yung
Oo.
aura nila eh.
Pangalawa, parehas sa kaibigan ko yan, no? Pero,
Baka
pero,
pinaglaban mo pa daw.
pero dahil mas powerful ang dating teammate ko, kay Emer ako.
Okay. Okay. Nasagot na. At Panigurado, mababalikan to ni Boss Sedel. King de Sacramento did not play for about 2 games for Sarangani. First game back in his last game is now back in uniform and gets the first free throw. Yan ulit, si Boss Emer. Kita mo naman yung polo, yung tindig din eh.
Pero talo siya sa kulot ng
Ayan,
buhok
hindi.
ni Coach Saldi.
Iba pa rin ang pag-ayos ng buhok.
Alam mo naman ako, ikaw, ang unang mo napapansin, yung mga damit. Ako lagi, hairstyle.
Marlon Batak off the corner. He's got one on the right and another on the left.
Buhok baka mo. Yan, idolo niyan, si Dwight Ramos. Napanood mo ba yung episode namin?
Tama,
Diba?
tama. At sabi pa ni Mika, hindi lang looks. Laro pala, laro. Si Mika looks agad ang sinasabi. Mix on the other end, quick answer. 3 seconds on the shot on the game clock.
Kaya sinabi ni Ate Mika mo yun kasi talagang may mga videos ng si Warlo. Ginagaya niya pati yung pag-wave ng hair.
Okay.
Itong si Dwight Ramos.
So far, ganda ng simula na itong si Warlo Batak. 2 of 2 from 3-pointers. We are all at 23 and it's been a red-hot shooting. 5 triples already for Pasig City here in the first quarter.
Ang laking bagay no para sa kanila because we talked about Sarangani doing a good job of keeping them off the line, which they have 4 times pa lamang, 2 na isushoot sa free throw line. Ang problema, ang naging kapalit nun, 15 points coming from the 3-point line. 15 of the 23, kaya tie ang score natin.
May labay nagkakaisa.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Punta muna tayo sa ating courtside, si Mika Bisamis.
Pasig has always been a respectable mid-level team here in the MPBL. So far, beat Basilan and Bataan, no? Notable teams. The players have been showing us good performances as well. Jacob Galicia, Warlo Batak, Jay Gars. Sabi ni Boss Buddy Encarnado, I am here with the best manner that I can compete. In fact, he said he has 3 more players to introduce to us very soon from ICC Dagupan. Sabi niya, you will be surprised. Maybe the future Warlo Batak or Kenny Rocacurva of Pasig. As we know, Boss Buds has the eye for great talent to the point na ayaw na nga siyang iwan ng mga ito. Warlo had offers but decided to stay. Jacob played for Pasay in the preseason, but as soon as he found out Boss Buds will be joining Season 8, he's now not in pink, but in blue when it's Coach Riz.
Thank you for that, Mika. Kita-kita naman natin si Boss Buddy. Actually, I got to talk to Boss Buddy in his last game. He did not have any comment on his current team. All his comments were, be excited because I have these young guys that have not been discovered pero abangan nyo na lang. So, just adding to Mika's report, meron pang mga tinatagong bata. Itong si Boss Buddy that I think played for the leagues that he handles.
Right, and this is their 6th game. They're 4-1 right now. So, may episode 7, 8, 9 pa.
Yan.
May inaabangan pa, no? Mga player. And it's really what the MPBL is all about. You know, to discover the likes of a Chester Ian Melencio, wherein, who knows, maybe people we wouldn't hear of or know if not for the MPBL, and the list goes on. Kasama na tong mga susunod na manlalaro. Even Warlo Batak, who I always thought came from the NCAA for some reason, whatever weird reason, as Jerome Garcia continues to wax hot. Pero galing sa, Bulacan, Marilao, kung di ko nagkakamali. No, at by the way, shout out. No, maraming salamat sa mabubuo ng production ng Rebanse dahil sa kanila, hindi malalaman namin ni Ate Mika yung mga kwento na sinasabi ni Mika, no, regarding sa loyalty nitong si Warlo Batak at marami pang iba.
Warlo Batak right now already has 9 points and a rebound to his name here in the first half. 3 triples already for Warlo Batak.
Dito mo, 2 na yung close out doon, no? Kahit na nakasona itong Sarangani, just for Jerome Garcia to give up the basketball.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. It's one more time, Jerome Gartria. Can we call him that? Gartria, because what else can he not shoot from? Every time he's open, automatic. Itong si Jerome Garcia. Here he is, a little space. Jerome stops. It's a little long for Jerome Garcia.
Munti ko na siyang itawag na doon car floater doon
Kabilang panig tayo, Desoyo. Punta kay Lakap. Hard attack. Malalim para kay Marilao, but he will be fouled.
Not sure where the foul is. I gotta see the replay again. Here's the drive. The reverse. There, bandang wrist.
On the forearm level, no? Si Jacob Galicia. Medyo manipis, but there is a hit.
Yeah.
(29-27). It's been a 2-point versus 3-point battle right now. Already 8 field goals on the 2-pointers for Sarangani. Already 7 triples for Pasig. So it's an inside-outside matchup that we are watching.
A total of 12 inside points for Sarangani.
Batak with the drive. High up top. He is fouled. Gets the basket. Is Warlo Batak, the first guy at double figures for Pasig.
Nothing more to say when you see the replay. This was nice. See the hang time.
Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Daan lumipad din.
Actually, when you watch Warlo Batak, ang gaan talaga niya coach gumalaw. No, that's why I forgot which team he was playing for. I was always excited for his warm-up because he was doing windmills, he was doing high dunks.
Right.
But here, he is just more of a better player in general for Pasig. Lock up for 3. It's long, rebounded by Danny Marilao. Fader, in and out. Third opportunity, it's a miss.
Might have been pushed. Larsunga from behind.
Numbers for Pasig. Straight line and in for Jerome Garcia. The third triple for Jay Gars, but on the other end, quick answer for Larsunga. Medyo napaselebrate si Jay Gars.
Oh, that's the thing. It's something that you don't want to see. Somebody celebrating after your shot and then a quick attack, a quick strike on the other end.
8 triples already for Pasig. 24 of the 34 coming off the 3. Batak with a drive. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Batak stops, pops, short. Second opportunity for Pasig. Rebounded by JR. They go post.
Support
Tapped out by Danny Marilao. They go high up top. Destacamento. It's a little too long getting that too.
Just trotting back was the defense. Transition ng Pasig. Sarangani makes them pay with a mini-oop. Destacamento, ginather muna yung bola. Ang ganda ng finish.
34-32.
Defensive foul. Yeah. May konting usli. May chicken wing ng konti.
It's a good read coming from Alex Desoyo, forcing a charge against Pido. Let's go back to display one more time. Desoyo with the rebound. Numbers for Sarangani, and then high pass going to King Destacamento. This fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Rizal Golden Coolers head coach, Coach Mark Dandan. Always scouting. Kahit na... Ano bang next mong kalaban, Coach Mark?
Good evening, Coach.
Scouting na yun si Coach Mark. Keith Pido pressuring Alex Desoyo. On the other end, now it's Keith Pido forcing a turnover against Alex Desoyo.
So far, the turnovers have been relatively low para sa Sarangani. Only their 5th turnover. I say that because usually sa first part parang lalaro, medyo high volume turnover team to. Pero maganda, no? Ang kanilang gising so far.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Pido, punta dito kay Jay Gars.
John Gabriel gustong atakihin yung kanyang matchup sa posting yan.
John, one-on-one. Fishes the foul against King Destacamento. And then some words are exchanged by Danny and John.
Which I thought was incidental. Na-prevent ni Danny Marilaw yung 3-point play. Nagkataon lang after ng block niya. Tumama sa mukha.
Sarangani returns to the ball game. Oh, they will review this last play. Just if there is some extra motion na tinamaan sa may mata. Itong si John Gabriel.
Tingnan natin kung may wind up.
Oh, there is some blood on the upper right eye.
Let's see.
Baka naman hindi lang nakapagkupit ng kuko. Pwede rin. But yes, there is some blood at di pa napupunasan kay John Gabriel. I do hope no stitches is needed for John. Coach, so far though, both teams exactly alike. 12 of 27 for both teams.
At 44%. Yung 3-point shooting, dyan talaga lumalamang itong Pasig. Kaya even though itong Pasig is leading by 2.
Baka kumakain.
Nabawi ng Sarangani yung kanilang points in the paint. No? So isang team naglalaro sa loob, isa sa labas.
Foul on King Destacamento.
Watching right here. I think
Second.
the foul will be just a regular foul on Danny Marilaw. Nothing extra. It's incidental pero hindi pa to tumitigil ang bleeding para dito kay John Gabriel. I think this needs a forced substitution if I'm not mistaken.
Unless they have like a special glue. Minsan ginagamit na yun eh.
Para ano talaga,
yung
hinto agad. He says he's okay.
Hindi ito yung glue na binibili ng papa mo sa'yo sa National Bookstore.
Hindi.
Yeah.
Matagal matuyo yun.
Yung kulay-
Elmer's.
Yung kulay puti.
John Gabriel gets the first free throw. .6'6". Yun, may onting dugo pa rin on the upper right eye. But he will stay on the court here. 36-32 in favor of Pasig. 4 minutes and 57 remaining in the second. Cross screen for Danny Marilaw, one-on-one against Jacob Galicia. Marilaw off the fader, it's a miss. But there will be a push on Chadi Rangel.
Not sure if that's a shot you want to see, kay Danny Marilaw. We keep raving about his improvement, but that's a shot that I'm not sure that he wants to go to. You want to attack of what I think is slower feet, yung kanyang matchup kalaban si Galicia. If you put him into foul trouble, that's going to be good for your team also. He settles for a jumper.
Balik sila sa poste kay John. Pido off the jumper. He likes that mid-range. Pido gets the basket.
Nagkakakilala ngayon itong nagkakakilala ng gusto si Chadi Rangel at si John Gabriel.
6'8" versus 6'6". A good matchup on the inside. Marilaw, hanap ng teammate, Caliano. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Pressure dart by Kit. Beautiful pass, just could not finish. Marilaw, it's gonna be a 24 on Sarangani.
A little bit of a run itong Pasig. Biggest lead so far sa larong ito. They've been trading baskets the first 14 minutes of this game.
Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community. Quite interesting, no? Yung ating medics are actually asking for John Gabriel to be subbed out. You see that beautiful pass on the inside, just could not be in. Pero hindi ata nakikita ng ating refs na pinapatigil si John Gabriel. Blood does not stop for John on that upper right eye.
I think they should just stop the play then, if that's the case.
Yung ating medic nandun na sa substitution table. Kulang na lang sila ang pumasok. Galicia on the midi. 40-34, 3 minutes and 15 remaining. Stops, long for Leland. That ball is stopped by Jagars. Keep Pido on your screens here.
One thing that Sarangani can take advantage of is getting to the free throw line. Or Pasig rather, excuse me. Galicia and, what's that, Desoyo?
It's Galicia and Lakap.
Lakap, sorry.
An exchange of words. Lakap did not like something. I don't know if there was a hit galing dito kay Jacob Galicia. Hindi natin nakita. It was off ball. But Jacob Galicia, all focused. This was the play. This was the push by Lakap that was called for. And then there was...
Konting pitik.
Oh.
Chicken wing. So, ilang mga manok na pinapakawalan dito.
May konting paramdam din galing kay Jacob Galicia.
Tanong na lang dyan since marami-rami na, anong flavor, no? May
Tama.
ano paborito mo? Blue cheese,
barbecue, tapos dalawang kanin. Masarap na yun.
Talaga kailangan sabihin yung kanin. Si Mark Meneses, alam mo ba, nakakailang kanin?
Tatlo. Tayo yun, coach.
Hindi lang.
Hindi lang
Tatlo, hindi ako nagkakamali. 5 yun.
3.5 ata. Minimum.
Sige, doon na ako. May kalahating sa'yo. Mas kumbinsido ako sa detalye mo.
Sino ang kasama natin nun? Si Andrea kasama natin nun. Master JK not happy with the whistle.
Never a dull moment with Coach JK. Let's just put it that way.
Let's see, there will be a review here. We'll be back after the review.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang pakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. First foul on Danny Marilao. There was a warning on Sarangani 10 Act head coach John Callios for
Unsuccessful
unsportsmanlike
challenge para dito kay Coach John Callios. That was the foul on Danny Marilao. Obviously, he entered the cylinder of Jacob Galicia.
Not sure, no, kung ano yung ina-argue ni Coach JK doon. Might be something else. But based on, yun nga, no, sa replay, kitang-kita naman yun.
Masok sa cylinder eh. Medyo paharap si Danny Marilao ng onte.
Gotta give space for the shooter to land.
Remember earlier on, their first game, an unsportsmanlike foul was called on the landing space of James Quicktay. This time, it's not actually on the down end. It's more on
Gilid,
the shooting hand.
Check of the screen.
2 minutes and 45 remaining. Suma drives. Drop pass to Danny Marilao. Not often will you see these two together on the court, but could be something new para kay Coach John Calios.
1-3-1 half-court press into a zone. Jay Gars. Tatawagan, I believe, si Larry Sunga.
A little hesitation for Jerome Garcia, but he will be lucky because the ball will return for Pasig. So the display of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Drop pass coming from Lars Sunga.
At kahit walang attempt yun, pero dahil nasa penalty na itong Sarangani, free throws from this point on hanggang matapos itong quarter na to ang Pasig every time they would commit a foul.
Yun, meron pa rin konting dugo para dito kay John Gabriel, 6'6", coming off Colegio de San Lorenzo. Has played for a couple of teams, Pangasinan Heatwaves, Negros Moscovados, last year for the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. So it is going to be his 5th. He also played for the Manila Stars back in the first season. So marami ng inikutang team itong si John Gabriel. This will be team number 5 for John Gabriel in the MPBL.
Talk about making a living here with the league. Ganun kalaking bagay, ang liga natin.
Free throw is brought to you by Extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
I mean, you do the math. On average, because our first season was 10 and then it jumped up to 24, I believe, and then it's been playing in that range and in the high of 30.
Yes.
Was season 6, I believe.
Another triple.
Or maybe last season, season 7. Was it 30 last year? Yeah.
30 or 29.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to recheck our numbers.
Point is, we've been in definitely the 20s range. By average, maybe at 25, 26. That means each team, if you had 15 to 20 players, ilang trabaho yun, di ba? Players pa lang pinag-uusapan. Ito yung 3-pointer. Ni Jay Gars na naman.
Triple number 4 for Jerome Garcia. 12 points in total.
4 triples for number 44.
Former Adamson Falcon and Jerome Garcia once again showing out his range in the ball game. 14 seconds on the shot clock para Sarangani. Desoyo gets the foul off the back kay Mark Maloles.
I like what they did there. Instead of settling for an outside shot, Maloles puts his head down, creates contact. It's a challenge.
Coach Ryan De Ramos will be using his first challenge of the ball game. We'll be back after this break.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalitin.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Successful challenge para kay Coach Ryan De Ramos.
MPBL na,
With the fight over by Mark. And there's the bump off the chest.
Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa
I thought that was a good judgment of the challenge.
Lucky for Pasig that Desoyo will miss his first free throw. free throw story. 6 out of 11. Make that 6 out of 12. Only 50% for Sarangani here in the ball game. Balik ang bola para dito sa Pasig. They have a 10-point lead entering the last minute and 30 of the first half. Mark Maloles crosses over. Kicks it out to John. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Does Japs know the time? Japs, sharp three. It's gonna be a miss. Rebounded by Leland Estacio. Leland puts the ball on the floor, kicks it out. Pascual, straight lining in for Mix Pascual.
I don't think Jerome Garcia needed to help right there. Masyado ng malalim, no? Which could have been the other bigs para sa Pasig, but instead he gives up the corner. Pascual makes him pay.
Maloles with the basketball. They want to go down low. They can't find the post. John with 5. John attacks.
Offensive foul.
And that is going to be a travel on
travel.
John Gabriel.
He's trying to barge his way through the defense.
Panic move coming from John Gabriel with only 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 2-for-1 opportunity para sa Sarangani. Will they go for it? Sunga with the drive. Defended well by Japs. Stolen by Mark Maloles. Galicia with the post and will be fouled by Leland Estacio.
Another foul given up in transition, no? By the smaller Estacio. A good thing about it, especially if this results in a miss or a split.
Last game of Jacob Galicia on his birthday, 21 points, 7 rebounds, a very efficient 8 out of 10. And starting out the first quarter very strong, 10 points
Yeah.
for Jacob Galicia.
Balik pa ang bola, no? Sa Sarangani. He's been playing well sa Pasig.
Last shot opportunity for Sarangani here, 47-39. 10 seconds. Desoyo kicks it out. Estacio can't get the 3. Desoyo gets the foul off of Japs Bautista with 2.4 remaining in the second quarter.
That's a poor decision by Japs. You gotta know better than that. He's an MPBL veteran. Had his hands down against a small player. Just gotta wall up and force him to shoot over you. Maybe you can even block the shot.
Pagkakataon para dito sa Sarangani to cut further, but they're only 50%. They're now under 50% in their free throws. I don't want to do the math, coach. You might ask me. You have the tendency of, ayan, 50%, coach. 7 of 14. 2.4 remaining. Maloles step in. And we'll be entering the second half with a 7-point lead in favor of Pasig.
This game has been nip and tuck, really. They've been trading baskets for the first 14 minutes until itong Pasig got into their own mini run, and a big part of that run was the three-point specialist na si Jerome Garcia. Kita nyo naman, all of his points coming from downtown.
One of the best shooters in the league, Jerome Garcia, already with 4 triples in the ball game. They have a 7-point lead entering the second half.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa,
Step back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? Wipeout wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. pinaghahandaan. Kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay umayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na! Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay umayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! Ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na.
White House steps back into the game. What a commitment can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 89 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game.
Win the game. Easy lang with Force Plus.
Nagbabalik tayo dito sa Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, the City of Life, where Pasig is leading by 7 against Sarangani. Coach, almost identical numbers in terms of field goals, but the three-point shooting, that's where Pasig is getting an edge.
Has really made a difference sa larong ito, no? And both teams playing, you can say, different styles. Isang loob ang Sarangani with the 20 inside points, and isang labas ang Pasig, the 6 threes na diferensya, no? 3 made by Sarangani, 9 for Pasig. Obviously, halos kalahati dyan kay J. Cars, no? One of the leading scorers ng Pasig, no? With 12. Warlo Batak with only 11 minutes, no? Basically, isang quarter. Naka 11 points din siya. Nasa 1 point per minute siya lumalabas. Ngayon, he would start ngayong third quarter. Talking about Warlo Batak, came off the bench in the first half. Mukhang gustong pakita ng Pasig na ito yung strong fight nila.
Starting with Pido, Estacio, Batak, Galicia, and Tamayo. A little bit shorter when you talk about the usual pieces, but a lot of strength. Sila dito kay Galicia, cannot find the back door. Batak has 3 triples. Couldn't get his first in the third quarter. Balik ang bola para dito sa Sarangani. Destacamento goes to Lakap. They go far out to Lars.
Nice fake.
Lars, hard drive, strong. And foul is called on Jacob Galicia.
I thought Lars Sunga had a chance to do a shot fake just to gather his balance. No? He made a nice shot fake at the top of the key. Pero yung pagpasok niya na loob, minsan kailangan mo palagpasin yung depensa. It also gives you a chance to gather your balance and come up with a stronger shot at the rim. But he gets the offensive rebound here, makes a strong move.
Third try, it's King Destacamento getting a second chance points.
Nice way to open up the third quarter, especially if you're trailing. Relentless on the boards that time was Sarangani.
6 points for King Destacamento here in the ballgame. They cut the lead down to 5. 8 minutes and 44.
That's a shot.
Galicia. Another basket for Jacob Galicia.
Always has a nice touch, no? And can turn with either shoulder too, right or left shoulder. Ang ganda nung turnaround jumper niya.
Coach, I don't remember who is a player that played like that. You know, very comfortable. The first thing he does is actually go for that mid-range if there is enough space. You know, when did Dennis Espino play like that? Si Warlo Batak with the floater.
Well, Kuya Dennis Espino, from what I remember, I wasn't... Fortunately, I did not play against him because he was such a big and physical player, smart player. He was more like a, I would say like a Kevin McHale-ish type of player.
Yes,
Was good with an up and under.
The post.
Can shoot the ball from the outside. That's a good question. You gotta give me some time to really think about that as
I
you
was
see this
thinking-
move by Warlo Bata.
I was thinking, I don't know if it's a little bit of a Kirby Raimundo. Poch Wino, hindi rin eh.
Hindi,
Mahilig
hindi.
mag-post
Oo.
up si Coach Poch eh.
Kirby maybe, but I wouldn't. It's tough to compare Kirby Raimundo. He was so good when he was in his prime.
That footwork.
I mean, there's a reason why they called him the kid, as you see.
Ayan na, ang comparisons natin, di ba? Boss Emmer and
so
Boss
yung
Idel.
tanong mo kanina, di ba, medyo malayo eh. I mean, hindi na dapat tanungin.
Oo.
Emmer talaga. I mean, you see?
Meron palang clear answer.
Kasi-
Meron palang clear answer.
I mean, there's no way a plain black shirt, which will make you look thinner, by the way, because it's black, is gonna win over a red polo.
Checkered polo.
Yeah.
Ayan. Actually, yung blue talaga ang panalo dito. Yung blue. Yung blue talaga ang panalo.
Side view na lang po ako.
51-43, 7 minutes and 35. Pascual. Pasig is playing a zone to start this quarter. It's long for Mix Pascual. Meron tayong confusion. Obviously, everybody is standing up, but ball goes back to Sarangani.
It's a foul on Warlo.
Hand check on Warlo Bata. First foul on Warlo Bata, second team foul for Pasig early on. Sarangani on the other end. Wala pang foul here in third quarter. King drives. They've been attacking that inside. This time it's Danny Marilao getting the finish.
Everybody just caught ball watching that time. After two passes of the inbounds, libreng-libre. Etong si Danny Marilao, tulad na itong layup, si Estacio, make that look so easy.
7 seconds into the clock, and that's a quick answer by Aaron Estacio. That's gonna be foul number 3 for Pasig. Panoorin muna natin to. This was the crossover by Aaron. Well challenged by Danny Marilao, but sometimes you're just too good, even against a taller defender that is Aaron Estacio.
Has always been a good player, no, skill-wise. Itong si Aaron Estacio, stocky guard. Just couldn't catch a break, in my opinion. Really made a name for himself when he was with Marikina,
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
where he was getting more playing time, but it was not really a winning team. Now he has a chance with his Pasig. Probably the team na, no, last year he was with Rizal,
Yes.
but from what I remember, didn't see much playing time, no? Came off the bench as Warlo with a nice dish, but
3 seconds.
blocked right there. Pascual is going to be open on the weak side.
Ludovice, hard
Forced it.
fader.
Not sure why he forced it. He had two blue shirts right in front of him.
And on the other end, it's going to be Ludovice. That will be called for the foul. It's going to be the first foul on the side of Sarangani. So malayo pa sa penalty. Pasig naman, 3 na dito sa ating quarter. Okit Pido is fouled by Migs Pascual. Coach, a few years ago, Keith Pido was one of the scariest pressure guards when he was playing for Parañaque.
Correct. I agree.
There's something about the way he pressures. He doesn't look like the quickest. He doesn't look like the shiftiest. Pero pag nasa harap mo na siya, parang he forces so much turnovers. Manny Pay, the digital wall, is built for the community. What is it with the Keith Pido? Why does he pressure so much guards?
I would say 3 things as you see the corner 3 by Pascual. Well, first, he's always low to the ground. Second, he has good lateral movement. And third, which I think is the most important thing, He's tenacious. And yung nasa loob niya, no, being a willing defender, accepting his role of, and really, that role of being a tenacious defender as Estacio, or who was that? Yeah, Leland Estacio of Sarangani able to score. Now they have a fast break. Wala. Ang maganda rin, in-embracing role na yun, kaya nabuhay siya dito sa MPBL. And a much improved offensive player, by the way.
It's Galicia that's gonna get a foul off of Alex Tisoyo. Going back to Keith Pido, he did try out for Muntinlupa, which is now the Marilao Gems in the preseason.
Preseason, yes.
He was not able to make the final cut, but luckily, Sir Buddy will be calling him up. But going back to this play, Fast Break of the Game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. That's going to be point number 13 para kay Jacob Galicia. Let's turn over for our courtside, Mika Bisames.
Playing for Bacoor, his hometown, Imus, Caloocan, Bacolod, Muntinlupa, and finally Pasig, he was never that player to have a lot of highlights or attention, but we all know what Jacob Galicia could do. Bukod sa galing, I think you would agree with me na kahit character niya on and off the court ay very pleasant. Even with what he can do as a player, he still calls himself the sidekick of Warlo Batak in this Pasig team. He is only 31, by the way, about to be a first-time dad. Shout out to his wife who is 3 months on the way. Now he has a bigger purpose, maybe more highlights in Season 8 when it's Coach Chris.
I hear that, Mika. He is playing terrific here in the season. Jacob Galicia is averaging 14 points a ball game and
About 7 or 8 rebounds. Yeah,
9 even,
rebounds.
Coach.
Yeah.
9 a game. So almost a double-double in the numbers para dito kay Jacob Galicia. Yep, he always gives the credit to Warlo Batak in this team. Ganon kataas yung tingin nila kay Warlo Batak. I got to talk to Jerome Garcia. It's Warlo Batak that he credits, even J.R. Flores. A lot of the players, it's always Warlo Batak, Coach. And you have the first-hand experience of interviewing what the future is for Warlo Batak.
Straight to the point. As expected, a little soft-spoken. But at the same time, yung mga sagot niya, no, simple pero tagos sa puso. And you know, to your question earlier, I've thought about it already, and the guy I could think of similar sa laro ni Galicia is a young Mike Mabulak when he was
That's terrific.
when he was with Bacoor.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. He does have a lot of Mike Mabulak in him.
Yeah.
Especially the finishes, the way he can stretch with a little bit on the mid-range.
Also good with that turnaround. Kahit nasa left or right shoulder.
Speaking of Mike Mabulak, later on, he'll be playing in the main game here in Binyan.
Right.
They'll be going up against Imos later on. Jordan Gabriel, meron na siyang band-aid sa may mata. He was accidentally hit by Danny Marilao early in the second quarter. I mean, 2 free throws. They are in penalty. Itong Pasig. This was the pass by Sunga. Going down low to Danny Marilao. This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Just found the opening underneath. Si Danny Marilao. Danny Marilao. Right now, going for point number 14 and 15. 4 of 4 from the line.
He only averages 8 points a ball game, so he already has beat his averages.
That's your fault, by the way. Ikaw nagsabi ng free throw niya.
Nabate na naman natin ni Coach Christian.
Yeah.
Pwede natin bilangin. Coach Gino Manuel.
Naging coach ko rin yan.
Talaga, Coach?
Oo, sa Burger King. Kasama tatay mo.
Tama. Later on,
Which implicates gano'n ka nakatanda.
medyo nawala na sa isip ko. Later on, Coach Gino Manuel and Mike Mabulak will be having the game against Imos here in their home court. But we're not done. Today's ball game, Leland Estacio continues to cut into the lead. Dalawa na lang to para sa Pasig.
With a sidestep beauty.
And the former Tiger continues to showcase his talents here for Sarangani. Let's go to Pasig. Estacio with the push. Estacio with the pull.
With the Westbrook cradle too. After that little nudge and made jumper.
Desoyo now drives on the other end. What a move coming from Alex Desoyo.
It's been a while since I've seen the whole bench of Sarangani like this. Tulad nung logo sa gitna ng binyan. Punong-puno ng buhay. At ito, sino nga ba hindi mabubuhayan sa mga ganitong klaseng play? The three-point play by Pascual.
Alex Desoyo playing for San Sebastian in his collegiate days. Now for Sarangani, gets the three-point play and cuts the lead down to 1. Coach John Calios all smiles right now. They're winning this third quarter.
Nakasmile na siya nung kahit hindi pa kitang ngipin, mga kaibigan.
Hindi pa lang, hindi pa lamang eh. Hindi pa lamang. Dahil dito kay Jerome Garcia.
Gusto ni Raf Flores ang bola, pero ibang nasa isip ni Jay Gars eh.
Jay Gars doubled, he gets the ball back. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jay Gars drives. Couldn't get the basket, but Tamayo with the offensive rebound. Will be getting 2 free throws for Pasig.
That could have been easily 2 points on the other end after the blitz on Jerome Garcia, but he was able to recover the basketball and attack the lane. The miss collected by Tamayo now at the free throw line.
Ang free throw na ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Tamayo missing on the first free throw. Struggles on the line actually is for both teams. 11 out of 20 for Pasig. So just a little bit over 50%. Pascual cannot get the 3. Pido with the rebound. Hit. Looking like a drill. Gives it to Tamayo. Blocked by Danny Marilao. Swiped off behind. It's gonna be a foul on Mitch Pascual.
What a beautiful challenge and block by Danny Marilao. That was not an easy block. The momentum carrying you forward. I was trying to sprint down and then to challenge vertically without even fouling. Hindi lang nila nakuha yung loose ball, no?
Well, lucky for them that Tamayo is struggling. That's 1 out of 3 in the last 2 trips for Lester Tamayo.
So this quarter clearly belonging so far to Sarangani. Scoring 20 already.
20 compared to only 15 netong Pasig. They can continue to cut into the lead. Hand it off to Lakap. Balik dito kay Stasio. Leland, it's gonna be a foul on Jay Gars off of that push.
Hindi masaya si Jay Gars, no?
Shooter on shooter hit.
There might have been something, you know, that happened possession prior. Minsan yung mga ganitong biglaang foul, build up to eh.
Yes. Well, there was already some action on the blitz earlier. So watch this once again. That was the body bump coming from Jay Gars. And then there was a second body bump. Now he could get called for something more here. And this will hurt because they still have a 3-point lead. But
I don't think they should. I mean, this should be a regular foul to me now. That reaction though by Jay Gars, he's got to be better than that, because this is a contact sport and sometimes mangyayari talaga yan, no? He's been playing so well for them, especially in the first half. They've been a little flat here in the third quarter. The last thing that you want to give up is something like that, no? Wherein it could spark something sa kalaban.
a decision is made here by our referee. Tingnan natin kung anong magiging kanyang desisyon. 63-60, still a 3-point lead.
Regular foul.
Upon review, it was an unsportsmanlike foul. Number 44, foul. Jerome Garcia.
That's gonna hurt. The biggest lead of Pasig in the ball game was as much as 10 points in the ball game. But right now, Sarangani continues to knock. Even an opportunity for Sarangani to take the lead. It's gonna be 2 free throws And ball possession, although Brian Lacap misses on the first free throw.
Sa bagay, no? Pasok siya, may konting yung mga ganong bangga, may parang wind up na rin yun eh. Bumuelo para banggain.
Last game ni Brian Lacap, 20 points. 4 out of 7, one of the few bright spots for Sarangani against Abra. Was terrific in terms of the three-point shooting, but all in all as a team, it's going to be a hard game versus Abra.
It's always good when you play against the Giants, no? Obviously, the Giant there is Abra. Because you just never know. It could also serve like a tryout. Because we have the free agent and the trade deadline
Entering.
sometime next month. E minsan, naaalala ng mga team owner, ng management yung mga ganyan eh.
You know, there's guys like John Fa who blossomed in Pampanga, getting that opportunity. Guys like Jason Opiso when he transferred to Quezon. Estacio, gonna get the feather, rebounded by Larsunga.
Sabi gumalaw to eh, no? Si Estacio.
Behind the back, stolen by Pido. Numbers 3 versus 2. Jay Gars with the left. Four-point lead para sa Pasig here in the last minute and 20 in the third quarter. Tisoyo drives. Sunga. Challenge 1-1 against Tamayo.
Nice move. Just
Couldn't
couldn't
get the
finish.
finish.
That was a foul. That should have been called on Lars Sunga. Nice rebound by Jay Gars, pacing the loose ball.
They're making the players play here with the physicality. Continue on. Both teams are in penalty in the last minute. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Estacio likes the one-on-one. Goes cross-court. Jay Gars could not get a handle of the basketball. Was not ready for that cross-court pass coming from Estacio.
Jerome Garcia looks to be a little fatigued, especially after that fast break finish.
2-for-1 opportunity para naman dito sa Sarangani. Estacio with the spin. Leland Estacio, the former Tiger, shows us that spin move to a finish.
I don't know what's even more beautiful, the move or the emphasis of being a former Tiger.
As a proud alumnus yourself,
Yeah.
Coach Chris.
Excellent job, Coach Juanito.
7 seconds on the other end. Block. Lacap
pass.
runs out. And they tie the ball game here with 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The biggest lead was up to 10. 2 seconds. 1 second,
As they
Estacio
go.
not aware. And just like that, a terrific third quarter by Sarangani. They won that quarter by 7, 25-18. And we will be starting from 0 because it's going to be a tied ball game entering the fourth frame.
After being down by 7 at the half, and because of what you just said, papasok nila sa fourth quarter, with a ton of energy. Really, they had a lot of energy plays on the defensive end. This was the finish, really the last basket for the quarter para sa Pasig. But the third was owned by Sarangani.
65 all, we enter the fourth frame.
Steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way of finishing another game. 9 in the final quarter of the game. Can they make magic? Wipes out! Wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Fourth quarter of our second game of our Friday triple header. It's a good matchup between Pasig City and Sarangani. Pasig had the biggest lead of the ball game all the way up to 10. We entered the third quarter with a 7-point lead in favor of Pasig, but the third quarter owned by Sarangani. They were able to tie, especially that last minute of the third quarter.
They just did a good job of clamping down defensively. Even when, Jay Gars ended up at the free throw line, happened right in front of us. Ganado sila dumipensa, yung double team nila rito. Pero a poor job to start the fourth quarter defensively because they give up another opportunity by the miss, an offensive rebound by arguably the smallest guy for Pasig, getting that and finishing the basket in Keith Pido.
4 white shirts on the side of Sarangani, but it's the lone blue shirt getting that offensive rebound. And lucky for Keith, he gets a foul, but the struggles continue on the line for Pasig.
That was, by the way, only the first field goal, the first 2 points of Keith Pido in this game. Desoya misses the jumper from 15 feet.
Tasho snakes, spins. Aaron just a little short. Warlow not get the basketball. It's gonna be a foul.
On Warlow, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be a foul on Batak or Pido. Either or.
It's gonna be on Keith Pido. It's on the hit. Tinamaan daw sa likod ng ulo. Well-deserved rest for Danny Marilao. 14 points and 6 rebounds in the ball game. Leading scorer for Sarangani in today's ball game. Ivan Ludovice returns. Final 9 minutes of the ball game. Leland behind the back. Leland with a spin. Kick out.
Pass.
Brian Lakap. It's short. Rebounded by Warlow. Numbers for Pasig. Warlow. Bigay kay Aaron Estacio. Drives the basketball. Kicks it out. Warlow. Can't get it. Warlow one more time. Gets the basket and one for Warlow Batak.
Oftentimes, the guy who shoots the basketball know where it's going, where the ball is going, and Warlow Batak gets his own offensive rebound and finishes. And you see the prayer afterwards, the reaction by Warlow. A much-needed basket. He's been awfully quiet after that, 11-point explosion in the first half.
Quietly has 15.7 rebounds and 3 assists. So we haven't been talking about Warlow a lot, but on the stat sheet, it's still filled for Warlow Batak. Make that 16 for Warlow. $70-65. Balik ang kalamangan para dito sa Pasig. Estacio. Bigay dito kay Destacamento. Ludovice. 10 seconds. Down low. Labas ulit sila. Marilao thought that there was no more shot clock. Panicked on that shot. Pido.
Certainly did. There's still 7 seconds left.
Drop
no
pass.
panic here.
After that panic shot, Pasig was able to take control on that 5 versus 4. And just like that, a 7-0 run. This fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
And this is what happens when the other team panics. When you go to the other end, oftentimes they would end up with a relaxed, open shot.
After a great third quarter, it's a great better fourth quarter to start for Pasig.
Kapag may laway nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, ang bawat laway pinaghahandaan. Kaya yung mayanig ang bakal, todo suporta ng lahat sa kanya-kanya iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Gusto sa laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalitin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL!
Pabalik tayo dito sa Binyan, where we bring you our second game of our Friday triple header. It's Pasig right now with a 7-point lead in the final 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. Juanito Gregorio at their service alongside Coach Christian Luanzon and Vika Abisamis on the sideline. Pick and roll action. Danny Marilao successful on the finish.
Beautiful pocket pass off a timeout by Sarangani. Nothing special right there. Empty corner ball screen. Excellent screen, excellent pocket pass, nice finish by Marilao. Steal, counter steal.
Turnover on turnover the past few possessions. Balik ang bola sa Pasig. Warlock, in and out, crossover. Warlock floater, can't get in. Rebounded by Danny Marilao.
Not a good shot that time. Still 17 seconds left on the clock. Two defenders in front of him.
Leland early in the shot clock does not make the three. Keith Pido is pushing. 1 versus 4. Keith goes cross court. Estacio pulls up. Can't get it. Another rebound para kay Warlo Batak. Fresh 14. Now 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Estacio to Warlo. Extra pass. Well read by Leland. Now he gives it forward to Ivan Ludovice.
Able to get that English, no, kumapit sa board. Not so much lift on that layup by Ivan. Nice pass by Estacio.
72-69, only a 3-point lead. Nothing safe for Pasig here in the fourth quarter. Aaron gives it to Warlo. High lope action. Maikse. But Carl, sorry, it's Lester Tamayo keeping that ball alive.
I don't mind that name too. Being in the MPBL.
Why not, right? Why not? Hopefully soon, but it's Lester Tamayo getting that offensive rebound.
Unless somebody's willing to pay him about $2 million a month, go ahead. Be my guest.
Tamayo with another rebound. 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. Faster paced action we are watching here the last 2 minutes. Pido using the Galicia screen. Labas dito kay Warlo. Tamayo with a bump. 2 bumps. Lester gonna stay with Pasig but couldn't get the finish. It's Lester Tamayo. Fresh 14. Warlo with a bump. Oh, he got stopped by Mix Pascual but able to regain his balance is Warlo Batak.
Just one of those plays wherein you wish the player would flex right after. Yun yung mga may karapatan, yung mga ganong klase.
Dangerous drive coming from Leland Estacio, but you like that he is a lot more aggressive here in the second half. Pero panoorin muna natin to. This was the drive by Warlo off the bump. Both of them really felt that physicality but able to regain balance is Warlo Batak. .69, the last 5 minutes and 25. 5 on the shot clock. King goes out, extra pass. Leland on the corner. Leland with a 3.
That's only his first 3-pointer of the game after missing his first 4 shots. Now has a total of 13.
13, 5, and 3 for Leland Estacio on the stat sheet. Aaron could not get in control of the basketball. Pascual stops, pops, drops for Mix Pascual. This is only a 1-point lead for Pasig City.
Well, we talked about how they've been better defensively to start the third quarter, and it continues to do so, forcing the steal on the other end and the 3 in transition. 16 points off of turnovers so far in this game. Forces Pasig to call time.
11 points for Mix Pascual. That 3 will cut this lead down to 1. .65, last 4 minutes and 45 remaining. That 6-0 run will cut this down to 1. Manny Pay, the digital wallet built for the community. Galicia off the middle. It's long. Tamayo keeping it alive. Good tap by Mix Pascual. Matakbo. Itong Sarangani. Marilao! Couldn't finish, but it's gonna be a charge on Danny Marilao.
Little discard in the air, no? But I like the defense. That forced the stop on the other end para sa Sarangani. They showed that they were in the matchup, but it looked to me like a 1-3-1 zone and just caught the offense off rhythm para sa Pasig. Eventually forced the turnover. Yun lamang. Hindi naman kulong pero nahuli yung hawi ni Danny Marilao.
Could have been a chance for them to take the lead. Pero may pagkakataon pa. 4 minutes and 25. Only a 1-point lead.
Pwede
for Pasig
sana rin
City.
maging highlight. Kung hindi offensive foul at
That's
na-shoot
right.
niya, tirang yun.
And that is a shot that he usually takes. Etong si Danny Marilao.
It's a show-off. Yung ano niya, yung kanyang malaking kamay.
Oo, tama.
Oo. Pero,
Sila ni Lars Sunga even.
oo. Kaya mahusay bumipit itong si Marilao.
Batak on the other end. It's gonna be a turnover for Pasig. Warlo is saying it hit the leg of Danny, pero si Danny nag-walk off na eh. Hindi na pwedeng questionin. Sarangani gets the basketball back. Another chance for them to take the lead. Ivan is asking for a foul, couldn't get it. Warlo one-on-one against Leland, flies high and gets the finish. Is Warlo Batak.
Nice finish by Warlo Batak. As you said, inunahan no si Estacio sa ibabaw.
78-75, Mix. Step side, Mix Pascual can't get it to go. Rebounded by Mark Maloles. Second rebound for Mark Maloles here in the ball game. Batak drives. Almost the same turnover. Mark Maloles for 3. It's short. Rebounded by Jacob Galicia. They slow things down. They want to use the fresh 14. They go down low post kay Lester Tamayo. Lester, double bump. Uses his size inside. Lester Tamayo with a big basket.
Always an advantage if you're a little bit heavier than the defender. You see those two power dribbles. Wala nang nagawa si Danny Maral, who's an outstanding defender by the way. Pero doon, nausog siya sa ilalim. Tamayo, basket.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay di naghahandaan. Kaya yung mayanig ang pagpakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang tunan. Basketball na tayo. Iwasan na ang addiction. Sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay huwag papalitin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas,
Binyan already warming up. And of course, our VIPs. Sir Emer, Boss Sidelf, Coach Christian,
Hi,
Ton.
Dad.
Ayan, syempre pinakagwapo natin si Ton. Ayan, Coach Christian. Urito Gregorio at their service. 2 minutes and 56 remaining here in our ball game. Let's see if Sarangani still has the final answer. Leland did not get the foul. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
That's why sometimes you encourage players to finish with their 2 feet so that the shot, if the shot is not there, especially with time on the clock, you could still kick it out or maybe do a little pump fakes.
7 seconds on the shot clock on the other end. Drop it down. It's a turnover on Kit Pido.
Good
Run
pass.
out. Danny Marilao gets the finish.
Just like the all-around game of Leland Estacio, showed that he can score the basketball even when he was wearing a USD Tiger during the UAAP days. But his game looks to be well-rounded. Knows how to pass, knows how to rebound, can defend.
Jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife para dito sa Sarangani. This last 2 minutes is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Pido with the fake. 1 second. Pido. It's going to be a shot clock violation that did not hit anything. And this is only a 1-possession ball game with 1 minute and 48 remaining. Pabalik si Aaron Stasio. Sabing in for Keith Pido. One possession ball game. Desoyo will be fouled down low. It's only going to be the 3rd foul for Pasig. So still 2 fouls away from the penalty.
Pero pang-5 niya na yan.
Yun ang masakit doon. Aaron Stasio will be getting his 5th foul. That's why they were subbing him in and out. Keith Pido not even able to drink some water yet.
Maybe a sip.
Babalik na agad sa loob.
Konting inom, konting hinga, sandaling upo, pasok kagad.
On the shot clock for Sarangani. Desoyo kicks it out. Sunga fakes. 1 dribble. Lars Sunga cuts it down to 1.
And sometimes you would have to wonder why Pasig just keeps biting on that shot fake. Hindi man tumalo, no? But it catches you a little off guard because yung shot fake niya looks exactly the same as his shot.
That's right. More importantly, he cuts down the lead down to 1. Swing. Batak drives left. He's going to be fouled by Lars Sunga. It's going to be foul number 4 on Sarangani. But the referee is calling 2 fouls because there was only about a second left on the shot clock. So that's a sorry foul for Lars Sunga.
The thing they're arguing is the gander, because if it was only a foul on the floor, that would have resulted into a sideline out of bounds. Pang-apat pa lang nila yun eh. But instead, they thought it was in the act of shooting already.
13 out of 25 para dito sa Pasig in terms of free throw. So it's been a team struggle for everybody. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists for Warlo Batak in the ball game. Goes 0 out of 2. Sarangani is running. Desoyo drives. Desoyo gets the lead for Sarangani.
Now, Coach Juanito, what's the first rule of stopping the break?
The ball handler.
Yeah,
Always get the ball handler.
you gotta stop the ball, which Pasig did not do, and it cost them the lead at this point of the game.
1 point lead for Sarangani in the final minute of the ball game. Mark Maloles gets the 3. Cold-blooded for Mark Maloles.
Talk about a surprise. Mark Maloles, whose name we did not mention pretty much in this game, suddenly just decides to take a casual 3, maybe the most important shot of this game.
The guts, the confidence.
That was his first field goal, by the way, made field goal after missing the first 3 from downtown.
The native coming from Bay Laguna, Mark Maloles. Oh, 1 for 2 for Lars Sunga. Still a 1 point lead for Pasig.
No need to foul. A difference of about 12 seconds. Warlo Batak attacks the rim.
Big basket for Warlo Batak here in the 4th quarter. But this is still a 1-possession game with 26 seconds remaining.
And they decide to double the ball handler. And they find Warlo off the poor closeout by Lars Sunga. Help a little too deep. At pag ganun kakalalim, there's no way of stopping Mr. Batak.
85-82. We'll go to this timeout.
Ano gusto nyo? 2 points, 3 points? Ha? Almost. 3 points? No. Uli lang natin ang 2 points. Meron lang tayo. Kilig ha? Alex! Same ulit! Nice! Danny! Gamit, Alex, kuha foul. Ha? Kuha foul. Okay, right away ha. Susunod ako ngayon. Pag na-shoot, 3 double tayo ha. 3 double ha. Okay, pag sumablay, stay na.
That's gonna be the last timeout for Sarangani, while on the other end, Pasig still has 2. And if you listen in on the timeout, they seem to be trying to go for a quick 2.
But interestingly, they decide to inbound full court because they want the full 24 maybe. They're going to set up a play, but no need for a 3 here unless it's readily available. Quick 2 will do. But they're losing precious time here.
15 on the shot clock. 1 second differential. Corner, Marilao for 3. Danny Marilao with a corner 3.
And you would think that this play was going nowhere, and then Danny Marilao, look what I found. Open in the corner, did not even hesitate to shoot the jumper. Ties the ball game, 9.6 remaining.
Might be the best ball game of Danny Marilao this season with 21 points in 9 rebounds. Pero kinig muna tayo sa timeout ng Pasig.
Sa kabila si Juan mo. Hindi, pa. Atake si Juan. Kaya nga. Baseline. Kasi dito. Ate, ano yan? Okay na tayo. Okay lang. Galaw ako. Pwede ako. Sino yung bounce sila? Ako na. Penalty tayo ha. Go line pa rin tayo ha. Line. Dito, pakita ka. Para receive ikaw dito. Pare, may naisige sa baka bumalik pa yan sa kanila. Gamit Warlo, yung turnover lang ha. Baka bumalik sa kanila, takinin nyo ha. Ikaw tawalo. Gig na ako. Okay. Ha? Ubo na. Jacob sa gitna.
9.6 seconds remaining in the ball game. 3-pointer by Danny Marilao ties the ball game. And babalik ang bola dito kay sa Pasig City. Just a few games ago, Warlo Batak was able to get a game winner. Let's see if he will be trusted one more time. 8 seconds on the game clock. 5 seconds on the game clock. Warlo drives, stops, pops, not there. Putback is not good. And will be going to overtime. Sarangani with a comeback.
Up for the top ball screen. Lars Sunga switches on Warlo Batak. Pasig disagreeing with the no call. They thought that Warlo was held down by Lars Sunga. We're going to see it once again.
Well, a situation like that in an end game, coach, I assume that the referees will make them play physical.
Unless it's obvious.
But it's going to be an overtime. We'll be back after this break. This was the drive by Warlo Batak that got them to an 85-82 lead.
Right.
And then this was the 3 coming from Danny Marilao that tied the ball game with 9.6 remaining. What a 3, what a game by Danny Marilao.
And that's why we are now in the extra 5 minutes. Let's see if Danny Marilao could serve as the savior for Sarangani, forcing the OT. Now they will have first possession.
First overtime of the day. Sarangani and Pasig. Desoyo for 3. They continue their hot streak. Alex Desoyo gets the 3.
Only the 8th 3 as Jay Gars gustong bawiin. What a rebound! Warlo Batak out-jumping 2 white shirts.
Something that they haven't seen a lot in the last few minutes is the rebounding prowess of Warlo Batak, but he already has 10 in the ball game with that offensive rebound. But the struggles on the line, Coach Chris, it's been a problem for Pasig. 13 out of 27 in their free throws.
This is something we talked about in the pregame. If Sarangani could limit them from getting to the line, the problem is Pasig has been missing those free throws, those freebies.
0 out of 2 for Warlo Batak. 13 out of 28. Desoyo got the first basket of the overtime, rebounded by Lester Tamayo. 4 minutes and 15 remaining in the overtime period. Galicia.
Walang angulo. Napalpal siya ng board dun, no?
Good defense by Sarangani. Desoyo, tumatakbo, punta kay Lars sa ilalim. Almost a travel for Lars. They go to Leland. Leland snakes. Leland. A beautiful sidestep for Leland Estacio.
That's just poor defense on the part of Pasig. Because not so much space to operate for Leland right there, but finds a way with a snake dribble.
The one thing that hurts para sa Pasig right now, Aaron Estacio already has 5 fouls. So they're lacking one guy in their offense that can attack. It's going to be another miss for Pasig. Leland decides to slow things down. They're up by 5 in the final 3 minutes and 20.
We go for a spread action here up top between Estacio and Marilao. He forced the switch, a slower defender, but misses that one badly. Warlo Batak with a head of steam.
Warlo with a strong attack, 1-on-1 against Danny Marilao. Gets this back to a 1-possession ball game, but still in favor of Sarangani.
He's just tough to stop, no? Pag nakakuha siya ng ganung buwelo, tapos papunta pa ng kanan.
90-87. They want to go down low to Lars. 1-on-1 against Warlo. Single coverage. It's going to be a charge on that hook by Lars Sunga.
Trying to post up the lighter Warlo Batak. Clearly an offensive foul above the shoulder, hooking. Itong si Warlo.
It's going to be 5 fouls on Lars Sunga, so it's going to be -1 on the bigs of Sarangani. It's going to be a guard that will be subbing in. It's going to be Mix Pascual for Sarangani. Maloles with a fake. Punta kay Warlo.
Good pass.
Lester down low, gets the basket, cuts the lead down to 1.
Really love the game of Lester Tamayo. No? Not only the finishing inside the paint, but off the ball, he knows where to ask for the basketball. Beautiful bounce by Batak.
Lester Tamayo with a double-double now with 10 points and 10 rebounds. Alex Desoyo on the fadeaway, doesn't get it.
Excellent block out by Tamayo that was collected by Warlo.
Zone still being played by Sarangani. This 1-3-1. Maloles already had one.
That's a foul on Desoyo.
It's gonna be a pull on Alex Desoyo. It's gonna be the first foul on Sarangani. They're still not yet gonna be in penalty. Oh no, it's gonna be in penalty. This is gonna be 2 free throws para dito sa Pasig.
And Desoyo had no choice but to face front. Etong si Warlo Batak. Warlo Batak, that's the thing when you face guard, boxing out, hindi mo alam kung saan yung bounce ng bola eh. At alam ni Warlo, obviously, having vision on the basketball, eventually led to the foul. He just has to put a little more arc on that shot.
At this point, coach, it looks to be more like a mental game already for Warlo Batak. Seems to be overthinking on the line. He's doing well attacking. He has 3 3-pointers, but he is 1 out of 7 on the line. 2-8 for Warlo Batak. 25% ties the ball game back at 90. Two minutes and 3 remaining here in the ball game. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Give the screen to Leland. Fader blocked by Lester Tamayo. It's been the X factor in today's ball game itong si Lester Tamayo. They want to slow things down. They want to execute to the best of their ability. Hit. Can't find a friend. They go down to Lester. 2 bumps for Lester. Gets the space. Kulang para kay Lester. The ball returns. Jacob. The foul will be called on Leland Estacio.
It's JK of Sarangani asking for a foul. Galicia is also a guy that has been awfully quiet after scoring 16 points. Pretty much everything in the first 3 quarters.
Their best free throw shooter in today's ball game, even with all of the struggles. 5 out of 6. I hope hindi ko mabate. But right now, he is 5 out of 6. Gets the lead back for Pasig. Galicia goes 2 for 2.
Matulad ng laging sagot sa akin ni Galicia, no, before the game. Whatever I say, okay, galingan mo, whatever, he would always say, Matic, coach. Yun, naging Matic siya doon, 2 out of 2.
2 out of 2. More importantly, gets the lead back para sa Pasig City. Leland gives it to Marilao. Awfully cold in the overtime period, but now a chance for Danny Marilao.
A good foul, obviously, by Lester Tamayo. Panglima niya na yan. He's been solid in this game. A double-double para sa kanya. 14 points as he exits along with 10 rebounds.
That's gonna hurt because that's gonna be the second guy to foul out for Pasig.
Excuse me, 10 points.
Double-double for Lester Tamayo in today's ball game. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Marilao on his first free throw. Long for Danny Marilao. Probably the best game for Danny Marilao in the season. He has 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks to his name. Itong si Danny Marilao. Can't make the first is Danny. A minute and 8 remaining in the ball game. Marilao goes 1 for 2. One minute and 3 remaining here in the overtime period. Kit. 1-on-1. Gives to Jagars. Can't find a friend. Punta sila dito kay Corpus. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Corpus on the fader. Who? Cold off the bench.
Exactly.
But cold-blooded. Nevertheless.
You would have think that this offense was going nowhere until Corpus decides for that mini fade in the short corner. What a confident-looking shot. Could be the most important one in this overtime.
First 2 points, but more importantly, he extends the lead up to 3 in favor of Pasig.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan. Kaya yung mayanig ang magbakal. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan.
This was the 3 by Mark Maloles late in the 4th quarter that extended the lead up to 3. But now, this time around, it's Corpus getting that fader. So the confidence of Coach Ryan De Ramos in his players seen here in the latter part of the ball game.
Both players, those 2 shots that you just saw, okay, their first field goal of the game. Maloles to take the lead. Corpus to extend the lead. John Corpus, not Jack.
De Soyo keeps him alive with that fadeaway off the back. 94-93, only 1 point lead para sa Pasig. Keith Pido brings down the basketball.
Warlo Batak has to touch the basketball in this possession. They got bailed out in the last one by Corpus without Warlo touching the ball.
Kit on the spin. Doesn't get the basketball. Jay Garth, fresh 14. 2-second differential. Corpus rushing his shot. Corpus gets it in. Corpus with 4 straight.
Unbelievable confidence for a guy who just checked in. To generate 4 points could be the game winner.
Estacio can't get it in. And that is gonna be the ball game. John Felix Corpus saves the day for Pasig.
And I think the game ball, okay, obviously you gotta go to Corpus. Look at the confidence to make. He had no intention of passing the basketball.
Would have even been fouled by Brian Lacap.
I thought he was fouled.
Hit
by
him
the
from
way,
the
yeah.
back. And look at the smile, coach. Even he can't believe what is happening right now. He did not play the whole ball game.
Exactly.
Lester Tamayo fouls out.
Exactly. That's the point where I was going to. Because he has to give the game ball to Lester Tamayo. Okay, now we're gonna have Batak as the best player.
The
Okay.
game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
But if Lester Tamayo did not foul out, okay, I don't think Pasig would insert itong si Corpus. But who would have thought his 4 points, 2 out of 2, 100% sa larong ito would serve as the game-winning buckets for Pasig.
Game changer in the overtime period. 4 points for John Felix Corpus. But our player of the game still will be Warlo Batak. And right now, he is our courtside, Mika Bisames.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Warlo. Napakaganda ng larong ito. Parang playoffs yung napanood namin. No? And in fact, napakaganda rin ng performance ng Sarangani. Si Danny Marilao, halos same kayo ng stats. Pero ikaw nag-end ka with a double-double, 25 points and 13 rebounds. Palaging sinasabi ni boss mo na swerte ka kay Boss Buddy. Pero swerte rin siya sa'yo, lalo sa larong ito.
Siyempre, first of all, thank God na nanalo kami despite na medyo kami nung first half hanggang fourth quarter, nag-overtime. So yun, thank you Lord, nanalo kami. And salamat din sa coaches and teammates na nagkaroon kami ng teamwork para manalo kami.
Warlo, credit rin kay Tamayo, no? Kay Corpus sa larong ito, kay Jacob. Pero alam mo palaging sinasabi ni Boss Buddy na hindi kami malakas sa papel, pero sa effort kami nakikitaan. Natalo nyo na ang Bataan, natalo nyo ang Basilan. Ano nakikita mo sa team na to moving forward?
Siguro kaya namin makipagsabayan sa mga big teams and sa other teams kasi talagang we play as a team, talagang double effort lang palagi. So yun, sana makaabot kami ng playoffs, yun yung gusto namin.
Maraming salamat, Warlo Batak. Our player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. When it's Coach Chris.
Thank you, Mika. Congratulations, Warlo Batak. That is going to be the 4th straight win on the side of Pasig City. But we're not done here in the MPBL. We still have our main game later on. Your Binyan, Tatakjel, Beastar, Megawagi will go up against Imos. Magbabalik po tayo dito sa MPBL.
Sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo.